So, Gabrielle, how long have you known James Franco?
I've known him for 5 years. We were in our first year at NYU together in the grad program.
Oh,
So we were classmates. Um, and we were, like, our first semester, you do like a 4-minute black and white silent film, and you get like a crew of 4 people, and we got put together in the same group. So we kind of became friends from there, from working together.
oh, very nice. Okay.
Yeah.
And so then, how did the idea of you directing one of the stories in Palo Alto come about? How did he pitch that to you?
I received a text message saying, "Do you want to adapt these short stories?" And I was really excited, of course. And he asked me to adapt them into a feature script for my thesis film. But yeah, basically he had these stories about childhood, and he thought I would be a good fit, I think, for those specific 3 stories that are not about teenagers, but they're all about these 10-year-old boys. And I think there was just like this vibe or this feeling that I would be good for the ones about childhood. So it was very simple. And, I guess he was familiar with my work from film school, and we had crewed together on films for a number of years during film school.
Oh.
And, yeah.
Which 3 stories are they?
The first one is called Yosemite, and that's in the Palo Alto collection. Okay. And then the other 2 are in the book California Childhood. One is called Peter Parker, and has to do with Spider-Man, and then the other one is called Grand Illusion.
Oh, okay.
And yeah.
And then the Yosemite one, I just know a little bit about just from the Indiegogo campaign, and that is where someone goes on a trip, right, with their family to Yosemite?
Yeah, it's like 2 brothers go on a trip to Yosemite with their dad, and they're kind of estranged because they haven't seen the dad in a long time, and things kind of take a bad turn.
Okay. How are you getting into, like, the characters' minds for these films? Just by going over and reading the book? And
yeah, well, I love the stories so much that I kind of like preserve the atmosphere of each of them, and the script became this triptych, so each part of the film kind of deals with one boy, and the boys are all friends, and you kind of follow their friendships. But it's fun because you get to be in each boy's mind for, each segment of the film. So, there's like 3 of them, and so it's, yeah.
Why do you think that you resonate with these characters? Did you have a similar childhood? Was it something you felt a kinship with these?
Well, I actually grew up in France, so I kind of had a different childhood, but my mom's American, and she's from the Bay Area, so I did spend summers there, and I'm the same age as James, so there is a kinship in terms of the time period and the places, and I lived in Berkeley for several years, so I'm familiar with the area.
Nice.
So there's definitely a kinship, and then I'd say like a little bit of like an outsider's perspective too, which I think makes it interesting. Also because it's a very male world, and it's all about fathers and sons, and so I think it's interesting to have a woman direct and kind of have an outsider's perspective also on those characters.